Wait, what'd you say? Sorry, I'm Matt Gill, and welcome to another episode of Mornings with Matt. We keep ourselves so busy and so into our agendas and what we want to do, but are we truly listening to what's being said? That's one of the big keys of when I need to be paying attention a little bit more to what the conversation is. So often in life there's so many distractions, which is why I wanted to do this episode on a metro with all kinds of distractions. People watching, announcements, things going by. Like, we don't really stop to really pay attention and listen to what's going on. So I want you to think for a moment, like, what do you do when you're listening? Are you truly paying attention to what's being said? I remember listening to a story that a friend of mine was telling me about, and although I was kind of sort of listening, I wasn't truly listening to what she was saying. And a lot of times I just kept answering, wow. When in my mind I was at my next meeting, I was paying attention to what do I need to do at night. Like, think for a moment some of the conversations that you have with people, that a lot of times you're there, but you're already at your next, or what you need to do next. Like, you're not really truly present with what's happening. Like, I remember she asked me a question and I answered with like, wow, that's pretty cool. And she goes, what? Like, it was a moment where I caught myself and was like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not really listening, which is truly embarrassing, because when I'm with somebody, I want them to know that I'm giving them my attention. But many times I feel like my attention or what I need to do gets pulled in many different ways. Some of the biggest breakdowns that we have come from not listening. Like, think about it. Think about some of the wars that people go. Like, people are so stuck in their own stuff that they don't truly stop to really pay attention to what's being said, to how it's being said, and listen to the things that aren't being said in the moment. When you're dealing with emotions, many times we're not truly listening to what's happening. We're not truly listening because we're so caught up in our own thoughts. We're caught up in how we feel. And that's truly when some of the breakdowns happen, because we're stuck in ourselves and not connected with the people that are around. True listening requires you to step outside of your own ego, to step outside of your own agenda, and be present with the person that you're with. So let's take a look at what are some of the things that you can do to be more present and to be more focused while you're listening. So when we have so much stuff that's going on, so many distractions, whether it be people in our families, people in our homes, co-workers, and we truly want to be connected with the person, what are some of the things that we can do to really focus and truly listen to what's being said? The first is truly be present. Like, put down your phone, turn off the TV, ask for time. Like, if you start getting text messages, just let everybody know, hey, I need an hour, or I need 30 minutes. Like, remove any of the distractions and the things that are going to take you away from being present with the moment. So you just saw that we were on the train and there was a lot of noise and a lot of things that were going on, but to truly be present in this moment, I got off of the train so that way you and I could be here together, one-on-one, and just be able to spend some time together. So remove the distractions, remove the things that are going to take you away from what you're truly doing. 2, when you're listening, listen to learn. Like, don't just listen to just hear words or to allow the other person just to talk, but truly listen to learn. What are they saying? And listen to what's not being said. That's number 3. Listen to what's not being said. A lot of times people, especially when they're sharing how they're feeling about something or a frustration, they're gonna give you clues. They're gonna give you things of what they truly want to say, but maybe they're afraid to say, or they don't have the courage to say it, or they don't feel safe enough to say it. So listen for the things that are not being said. And number 4, ask questions. Like, if something doesn't make sense or something isn't very clear, ask questions. There have been times that I've been sitting with people and I've heard them starting to talk about how angry they were or how frustrated they were, and what I realized is that although the emotion that's showing up may be anger or maybe frustration, underneath that is another emotion of hurt or confusion or frustration. And just by asking additional questions, it allows for the person that I was listening to open up even more and to really get connected to the root of what was happening. So ask questions. You know, one of the things that I hear people say that they want is truly to be heard and to be seen. And by asking questions, you're showing that you truly do care. You are truly there with them. Another way of staying connected is to repeat back what you just heard. So what I heard you say was ... Like, what is it? That again acknowledges them for that you're listening to them, that you're with them, and that you're present. So repeat back what you said, and they may have said something that they were kind of unclear in, and if the way that you're hearing it back is not truly what they meant, that gives them the opportunity to rephrase what they're saying or say it again in a different way or with a different meaning, or elaborate on what they were trying to say. This is an incredible tool when you're dealing with breakdowns, when you are in an argument or a conversation with somebody, especially when emotions are in there. Like, by repeating back what you're hearing them say allows for there to be clarity in the conversation. Super, super key, clarity in the conversation. So repeat back what you're hearing them say. And then as you conclude any conversation, acknowledge each other. So I just want to acknowledge you for using this as a safe space to open up and to share how you were feeling. Like acknowledging the conversation, because many times we're afraid to share stuff because there have been some repercussions on the back end, or and by acknowledging, you're saying, let's open up more, let's have this dialogue even more. So these are just a couple different keys. You know, what I love about this show is that I'm just giving you ideas, things to think about, ways of improving your life, things of practical skills and tools that you can utilize in your life to make it better right now. And so not all of these are for everybody, but if you just take one or two or three and implement them in your conversations, implement them when you're listening, you'll see that your relationships get deeper, your communication improves, and you'll start to feel even better about yourself and how you're showing up. So what I love about this space is this is our place to come together. What was the value of learning to be more present and to take away the distractions, or learning to listen and listen to learn? What was the value of listening to what they're not saying? That was always the biggest key for me. What was the value of asking better questions, or asking questions at all? What was the value of repeating back what you just heard, and then finally acknowledging them for the conversation that you guys are just had? So I love reading your comments. I love hearing the engagement that you guys have here on the channel. So leave a comment below and let me know, what was the value of this particular lesson? Listen, I do go back and read every single comment, and when you see the like, that was me that did it. And when you see the comment written below, that was me. This is our safe space. This is our place for me to share my journey and you to share your journey, and for us to learn and to grow together. So I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Listen, I'm your brother in the journey, and I celebrate you. I remember hearing this is truly when it, we're waiting for the guy to be quiet. He doesn't know that we're shooting today. I'm afraid to say it because the train is coming in.